20 Macs for 2020. I'm Jason Snell, joined as always by Mr. Stephen Hackett. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, Jason.
Today we have number 2, and it's a laptop. It is the PowerBook, the original PowerBook. This is a 180, but that whole original PowerBook series, the 140, the 170, the 160, and the 180, this is Apple getting it right for the first time after doing the Mac Portable and really changing how we think about laptops.
It's amazing the progress they made between the Mac Portable and the first PowerBooks. The first PowerBook is so interesting for so many reasons. A big one is, though, that it defined the form factor, right? You think about the portable and like luggables in the 80s. They were all bizarre and different, and even by the 90s, a lot of PC notebook makers weren't including tracking devices, or again, they were weird or strange. And Apple shoved the keyboard up to the base of the display, put palm rest, did the trackball in the middle, and that's still the recipe today. We're using trackpads, and they're enormous. They're the size of the screen of those original PowerBooks, but they got the ergonomics right, and I think that was a really big deal. You didn't need to bring something else with you to make your PowerBook work. It was an all-in-one. Everything was all together.
Yeah, it changed everything. You know, there's an argument to be made that the ultimate form of a computer is a portable device, right? Now everybody's got them. But in this era, the desktop computer was a computer and laptops were outliers. This is, one of the first moments where people realized, well, what we really want is to take our computer wherever we go and not be tied down to wherever the computer is. And, today it's obvious, but back then, I think we felt the need to do it, but how do you do that? And the PowerBook was a hit product for Apple. I think brought the Mac into a lot of places where there had never been a Mac before. It had some success in some places, but with this product, it became like really high-powered business people, and they all wanted it. They all wanted the PowerBook. It was so cool, and I think that made a huge change in Apple and the trajectory of the Mac, but also for the reasons that you mentioned. These innovations that were in the PowerBook and the PowerBook's success doing them redefined what a laptop was going forward for all companies. So it's a huge thing for Apple and a huge thing for the whole computer industry.
Yeah, and Apple would have, multiple products on sale for at the same time. The PowerBook really became a line of machines, so you kind of pick the one that met your needs best. Color screens showed up. The PowerBook Duo showed up as well, which was much smaller. But yeah, this original run of PowerBooks, it's amazing how right they were out of the gate. It's not to say they were perfect, of course. There are always issues, but it really gave the people who wanted something ultimately portable, it gave them what they wanted, right? That you could be an executive and be on a plane and still be working, that you could take it with you if you were a student in your backpack, you could take it on, the subway with you. You couldn't do that with the compact Mac. Sure, they had handles, but they weren't portable. For the Mac user and for a lot of people coming to the Mac because of this, the PowerBook equaled portability for quite a long time.
Yeah, it was a game changer, and now we all take it for granted. But at the time, that moment, I was in journalism school when I got this, and the realization that I could do my writing anywhere instead of having to return back to where a computer was and type in my story, that I could do it anywhere, which, we all do that now. But at that moment, that was a revelation. And Apple nailed it. That's the thing. Like, if you look at the Mac Portable, if you look at the PowerBook 500 series and the 5300 that came after, which we covered, those were not successful. This, they got it right. And they rode this wave for a while. And it's just the core idea of this product, the core design. They nailed it. It is, to this day, I open one up and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really great laptop design. Yeah, I know it's heavy and thick and weird by today's standards, but you can also see it's solid and it's delightful. And the fact that it's got a weird little trackball, that was a revelation that, we switched to trackpads pretty fast thereafter, but that trackball was so great, not having to plug in a mouse. And you could even pop it out and put in, like, I had a little like green trackball you could put in there instead, just
Nice.
for fun. You add a little color. Color is important on computers. So yeah, the PowerBook is a huge thing for Apple. Really changed the trajectory of the Mac and the computer industry in a lot of ways, and that's why I've got it up at number 2. It's a monumentally important computer in the history of Apple and the Mac and the computer industry in general.
It definitely deserves its place.
All right. Well, next week is number 1. What will that be?
I know.
Big week.
You
We'll be
know.
back for that. But until next week, thank you all for watching, and bye, Stephen.
Bye, Jason.